Alright guys, we have got a wicked quote from the Riches here. "Aroint thee witch, the Rumfred Ronyon cries." I'm not going to read it all right now, but the witches here, and I love the witches, but the witches here are talking about getting revenge on a woman. Now let me talk you through the story a little bit here and give you some context. The first witch has asked for a chestnut from a woman who says no. Now most normal people like us would probably say, "Oh, that's a bit tight," and then walk off and forget about it, but no. This witch wants to cruelly torture this woman and her husband to punish her for not giving her a chestnut. So, let's have a little look at this. Firstly, rump-fed Ronyon. She's calling this woman a rump-fed Ronyon. I love this quote. So rump-fed, you might have heard of rump steak. So rump-fed basically means fat, and Ronyon kind of means scabby. So she's calling this woman fat and scabby. So no love lost here. What's she going to do though? She's not just going to hurl insults. She's going to go full mental on this woman. Her husband's to Aleppo gone. So this woman who refused to give her a chestnut is a sailor's wife, and her husband is at sea. So the witch is going to, in a sieve, sail and find him. Literally, she's going to sail in a sieve. You know that thing that you kind of drain vegetables with and get the water out? That's what she's going to sail on. Not particularly great for sailing because it's got loads of holes in the bottle, but it was a genuine belief that witches would often sail on sieves because they're magical and they can do this stuff. King James I even believed this. In the court cases, in the Berwick witch trials, where he accused women of creating a storm to try and kill him and his wife at sea, he was told that they sailed to meet him from Scotland on sieves. So they sailed from Scotland on sieves, sailed out to his ships and raised a storm to try and kill him. So James I kind of believed that these women could sail on sieves as well. That's what this reference is about. So, denied a chestnut, starts insulting the woman, and is now going to sail to find her husband on a sieve. And like a rat without a tail. Now this is a simile, I think it seems to be a simile, but it also shows us the transformation of witches into animals, which was another belief. She could transform herself into an animal, something else that Jacobeans believed that witches could do. They could transform themselves into rats, into dogs, into frogs, all sorts of weird animals. So that's another thing that we could talk about there. And like a rat without a sail, I do. And this repeated trochaic structure again, trochaic structure sticking stuff in threes, gives this mysterious tone to the witch's speech pattern. So, what she's going to do is she's going to go out, meets this sailor, and eventually she's going to create a storm that keeps him at sea so long that he dies of thirst. So pretty unpleasant thing, really. And what's this scene important about? Well, just after this, the witches give their prophecy to Macbeth and Banquo. So it's telling us that the witches are evil, are dangerous, are quite happy to murder. And it also shows us the power of witches, that they could sail on sieves, change the weather, transform themselves into animals. Just before this, you can see in the context box there, I've put it, she was killing swine. So the belief that the witches would kill animals and livestock of farmers. So lots of information here about what Jacobeans might have believed witches were capable of. And also just some quality language and insults.